right, good morning traders. Welcome back to Framework Fortune, and welcome if you're new. We've got the SPY still dumping, so of course SPX is my swing from Friday is going up as the market dies. It is a absolutely ugly market, and the way that the SPY gap down below the 200-day moving average on the daily, we going down. It's time. We've dropped below most support. This last little bit of support is left at 425, but the SPY extremely bearish. Just showing that it just is giving right up. So there's a lot going on across all the markets still because we're having all this chaos. There's not really much happening quite at the moment. Let me see, hold on just a second, guys. My day trade 200 above the 200-day scanner, pretty low on stocks at the moment. We only got a couple in there that are actually green. GMVD and this EXTN. Actually, GMVD is not looking too bad. This has been a past runner. We got a downtrend right there. It's trying to break at the moment. We will get in here, look for some trades, if there's any trades to be taken today. So what is that? CSPR. Nope, don't like that. Yeah. Okay. So that little prog dropping. BTS still dropping. Apron looking decent on the daily. I may keep Apron on there. SoFi dropping. Bond dropping. Evo's dropping. Just everything dropping. Looks like, unless you're playing an inverse ETF or GMVD at the moment, that's about all there is, unless something else pops up. But at the moment, that's all I'm seeing. Let's check the indexes here, see what's doing what. Let's see, Bitcoin futures. So Bitcoin's under 35,000. That's pretty low. You see this Dow Jones index we've been watching, where that gap down, it finally cracked that little trend line we had going on. Dollar strengthening because people are pulling out of markets. Ethereum down to 2,200. Gold still looking good. Ooh, Golly, the real estate index gapping down as well. Yikes. Yeah, the air, we are very close to the air coming out of the bubble. Very, very close. A lot of markets are about to seemingly get hit, which we saw coming. Well, some of us saw coming. Okay. Anyway, let's keep an eye on GMVD. Look for a possible play there. NGRD. This is below the 200. It's pretty low. Got a lot of space that it could possibly move. I'm on a 1 hour chart. Let me get to a 15-minute chart. There we go. Like it's holding up. SPY still dropping, hitting more lows. We may see a market halt today if the SPY keeps doing what it's doing. You can see SPXS just still climbing. Do your thing, XPSX. Hell, I might add more to my SPX position. That might be all I do today with the way things are looking at the moment. There's this possible breakout on GMVD, but the whole market blood red. Just ugly, ugly, ugly. I don't know if it can break this downtrend. It's trying. It's like the only thing I'm seeing. Maybe EXTN if it comes down some more like the $4, but I don't really like what I'm seeing there. They do have PR. So talking about making a provider of infrastructure, energy infrastructure, so some type of energy stock. Let's see here. I'm going. I'm going to jump in here 50 shares. Starting to try to hold on that 1 hour. Holy hell, how did I get filled in so high? 538? That tip go all the way up there? It did too. So this thing is very, very volatile. That bid and ask changed around quick. Let that do this thing for a second. Apron looked like it might possibly start going. Actually, I like the way apron on this 1 hour chart. Nice uptrend there. See, and there's our downtrend. So it needs to break 815. That's very close there. GMVD still testing. Kind of liking the way apron is looking though. GMVD starting to get rejected off of that downtrend. CSCPR is still climbing slowly. Yeah, if apron can come back down just a little bit. A little bit more. I'd like to grab it off of 8. What's up, Lightning Rick? How's it going, buddy? You can see with these upper wicks is really having a hard time breaking. A lot of selling pressure right here, so I may have to get out in a second if it don't start getting back over the top of the downtrend. This 15-minute candle is just right at it. Let's see, apron looks like it may try to test. It's downtrend. EXT. Yeah, and a bit of a double bottom on the hour chart. Still looks like it may sell off. Not looking great. SPXS still climbing. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait for a pullback on SPXS when the SPY gives a little rebound and probably add to that. Possibly. Come on, you can do it. You're trying so hard to break here. So that's the double bottom that needs to break on EXTN. It's going to break. It needs to break here in the next 5-10 minutes. And this may still be a play. I mean, it's making a little uptrend there. This is a little downtrend. A little triangle on GMVD on the 5-minute, so it's either about to go bearish. Possibly, if it doesn't break. I'm gonna put stop loss in here. In case it swings down there. Actually, let me put stop loss down just a little bit more. No, actually, I'm gonna leave it right where it's at. I don't know if that's gonna hold up or not. EXTN, okay, see, we want to see it hold up, so there's nothing there yet. It still could crack. Yeah. GMVD cracking, so not able to break that downtrend. Now I'm just trying to decide. EXTN or apron. See, SPY finding a little bottom so far at 425. So 425, very strong support as of now. So we cracked 425. Expect more of a pullback across the markets. There's a bottom on an hour chart at 441. A lot of resistance at 540 for it to try to even get up there. Apron, what are you at? Yeah, I'm starting to lean towards apron more than anything. I don't know. EXTN may try to move too, though. SPY still having a little rebound. What's up, Lori? Good morning, Lauren. What's up, William? So yeah, I mean, I have a swing trade on this inverse ETF from Friday. And then I just took out one trade on GMVD, but that triangle cracking down. Looks like it may still try to go. It's able to hold $5, but I don't like the way it's... Whoops. I don't like the way it's downtrending. It's got to break this downtrend. And it looks like it's curling over. It looks like it may die here soon. Where's the trend line? The bottom of the trend line's at 770. I'm going to go on apron. It's not moving fast yet, but making a nice little triangle. Just slowly creeping. And if EXTN fails right here, which it looks like it is close to failing, because it can't get back bullish. And GMVD just felling. It really only leaves apron. And possibly this CSPR. A little bit higher flow, but we'll put it up there. But I think I'm just going to hold apron here for a few minutes. See if it can break. So it went on a nice run. What was that? January 20th. Had a big spike up. A couple of dollars spike. Right there. So I'm just looking for it to break that downtrend and continue on back up, at least for a test of 9. SPY trying to rebound hard off that 425, but you can see it's kind of getting hung up. Yeah, look at this little, on the 5 minute here, this little selling pressure. This thing can't even get over 450. So the way it's struggling, it's going to have to break 450 and hold 450 as new support. But it is really struggling, not looking too great. Apron is starting to pop a little bit, starting to push up. What's up, Bill, man? How's it going? So Apron's testing the downtrend right now. We'll see if it can break out or not. Guys, I'm going to take a quick little break. I'll be right back. Give me just a couple of minutes. Well, so APRN not able to hold up either. Let's see, the SPY's still slowly rebounding, but see GMVD coming back up to that downtrend. Okay, just pulled back to there on the 15-minute. Of course, that's causing SPXS to come down with the SPY rebounding at the moment. Well, I wonder why Fubo's under spot price, the SPAC price, One Life. You buying this dip? You think this is the bottom on the SPY? Right here? Think we've hit a bottom? There we go. Apron bouncing off that little trend line there. So that's what we want to see. This thing has a horrendous daily chart. But break a 7, it could start moving. Let's see, what's EXTN doing? EXTN did get back over 450. It is so much pressure on this thing, though. It's the only thing that bothers me. And then, even if it does shoot up, it's got peaks of resistance at 5 to 510. So, I don't know. Yeah, everything is on sale. Daniel B, you are right. Did you buy more stocks? Because, did you buy the SPY? You think the SPY's on sale too, Daniel B? Did you buy that? And dip at 425? Yeah. I'm sure you could you've not been able to wait to talk trash about cryptos dropping, but kind of irrelevant when everything is dropping, you know? It's kind of a moot point. Oh man, it's a busy weekend. Just working. I don't really see much going on. I took a shot on GMVD and trying to take a shot on Apron. Apron was looking decent there for a minute and then it's now giving up. Probably about to hop out of Apron if it can't jump back over 8 here real quick. But I'm still in my SPX swing. You know, as long as the market's dropping, I'm going to be holding SPX. Yes. GMVD trying to poke its head back up there. A little sneaker. Wait a minute. I don't want this. Take that off for now. There we go. There it goes. Apron's starting to get back over 8. But just looking at Apron, it's on the daily chart. Been uptrending for the past week. The 10 days crossed the 200 pretty strong. So I mean, if this thing could break this little downtrend, it's got room to go, but it is above all EMAs. Price has to go up more though to drag that 10-day to line up where it needs to be though, so that's why it's still kind of sketchy. Even though we're above these EMAs, you know, we got the 200 at the bottom, that's where it's supposed to be, but then the 10 days in the middle and the 50s on top, so we're not quite lined up yet where we need to be. Yeah, I think EXTN probably is going to sell off. So Apron trying to get back above 8 now. Let's see, where's this SPY gonna rebound to? I can't imagine it rebounding much more today. We are very close to panic and chaos in the markets. So there's the week chart. So we're hitting on this 50-day. This is the first time on this weekly chart that the SPY has come down to the 50-day and been actually on the 50-day since last May. So if we don't hold this 50-day moving average on the weekly chart, that's it. That's it. It's going to get ugly from there. Or uglier, I should say. It's already pretty ugly. What's up, David Davis? Yeah, I wouldn't expect any support to just hold up on the SPY and everything. You know, this is more than likely the air coming out of the bubble. All the inflated prices, all these inflated valuations in the stock market. The feds have seemingly starting to taper. And is this an area people are willing to come in and buy up behind the Feds? I doubt it. Maybe, but I highly doubt it. There's so much going on economically across the whole globe that I don't think this is going to be short lived. I think this is the start of what I've been talking about for 2 years. Well, you know my thoughts on Prague. I told you my thoughts on Prague a week ago, and it's down to $1.13. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not a options guy, so I mean, if it's gonna help you make some of that money back, possibly, but I have no idea. Too high compared to NIO and TTD. Is TTD a EV stock like NIO is? Because if they're both EV stocks, that would be why they have a similar pattern. Alright, I'm just going to put a stop loss here on Apron. Right there at that 790. So there's some support in pre-market. Yeah, see, SPY just hit 430 and just getting slammed down. So, this, that does not look like we're going to recover or hold up this support area, considering we are still on a downtrend. And then you also got to look at the EMAs. Like, look at the 10-day. The 10-day's been yanked down so far, it's starting to point downwards. There's a lot more cause for a crash than there is for the market to rebound here. This has been overdue. Up GMVD did starting to crack out there a little bit, or break out there a little bit, breaking that downtrend. So basically, got that little triangle that's got a break. Now that this is rebounding back up, this very well could break out. I may just have to cut the loss here on the Apron. I'm just going to put the stop loss right there under 790. If it cracks down, it cracks down. It's going to be hard to catch any long plays in this market if it's just going straight down. Once the SPY or the Dow Jones Index, any of the ETFs, once they start to level out, then we should start to see a hot penny stock market because a lot of the big money has come out and it's probably going to continue. Excuse me, probably going to continue to come out, and once we're kind of going sideways, we might see some hotness in the penny stock market. But why it's just dumping like this, you're not going to probably get any big breakouts. Or if they are, it's going to be hard to predict which stock is going to be the one. The MVD is trying to go. Exactly, Lori. Everything is trading the same. The Fed meeting, I think. Okay, good. Okay, Lightning Rick tomorrow on Wednesday. Okay. Well, here's the thing. If investors are waiting on the Feds to say something good, I can tell you right now, the Feds ain't got nothing good to say. So, traders and investors are getting wise to Jerome Powell's BS finally. So I mean, this is not the type of dip where people are waiting for anything. I mean, this is the air coming out of the bubble more than likely. I mean, what could Jerome Powell possibly have to say that would make investors come in and say, "Hey, let's buy this falling knife that the Feds caused because Jerome Powell said it was okay." I don't think that's the case. I mean, I don't know. I literally don't know what he could say. I'm trying to think of what in the world he could possibly say to make investors at this point go, "Oh, okay, so so the $50 sell off on the SPY wasn't a big deal. It's whatever. We're good to come back in the market now because Jerome Powell's all right with it." I mean, the SPY sold off $50 in 2 weeks. It doesn't really look like it's done. And remember, you gotta look at the weekly chart. You got you gotta look at the weekly SPY chart. We're way, 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 way up here still. This could be, we could maybe find support here. Like I said, that's the last little area of possible support is at 425. But that 425 is not only the last area of support before any more of a correction, but all the way back down to about this 350 area. So there's another $100 that we could drop on the SPY. I mean, already this is the COVID dip right here. COVID dip was 338 to 223, so about $113 down, and we've only went 50 up here, and this drop so far has been quicker than the COVID dip at the moment. And if we see the SPY pull, if the SPY does crack 425, we're probably going to see quite a bit of selling pressure and then possibly halt the market again like they did. See, Apron's still trying to hold up there, but not really doing much. And GMVD making a decent triangle, selling off down the trend line though, so may have to pull back to 5 one more time before it tries to break, if it's going to break. But when it looks like that, more than likely any long trades are not going to break out. Yeah, that's GMVD at the moment is really the only thing that could even possibly break out. And even if it does break out, it probably won't be that big of a rip. It'll probably be a quick pop up to maybe 575, 6 at most. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, 430 starting to act as resistance on the SPY. That's a pretty good sign. We're still coming down. Let's see. Markets working in circles? You mean like a cycle? Is that what you mean, Daniel B? GMVD starting to break out. Apron holding up barely. See if GMVD can get it here or not. Previous high is 558 on this wick here. Oh no, I'm not. There's no debate. There's no debate at all, Orlando. There's not any type of debate to be had between me and Daniel B in one life. The original debate was the SPY was going to keep going up and that I was crazy because I said the market was going to crash. So, right now, the receipts are showing. We'll just say that. The receipts are showing. But I am going to throw this out there. If you think this is normal, what's going on in the stock market right now, then you must have got COVID, got the vaccine, and then still got COVID anyway. That would be my guess, if you think this is normal. The SPY is not normal in the first place. The Fed's, pumped the money into it. So, yeah, not a normal cycle. Yeah, see, even GMVD trying to break out, it's just barely moving. That's the thing. Volume's just going to be so light until, Orlando's people are already on the sidelines. So with the Fed meeting, um, people probably are still on the sideline. Orlando, like you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just called me crazy for 2 years, mocked me every day. When's the SPY dropping? When's the SPY dropping? Now that the SPY has dropped and cracked in red. No, 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 no. We said the other day. We said the other day. Or Daniel B. It took a whole year and a half. It took a whole year and a half. You boys are silly. Anybody who's been in the streams the past 2 years has seen you guys argue with me over and over again about how I was wrong about the crash that was coming. You guys trying to flip the script now. Hours, hours, literally hours and hours of recorded footage of you two trash talking me about the SPY dropping. So I don't want to hear it. Don't try to come at me with some nonsense like, "Oh, I should have dished it a couple weeks ago." Is my timing off? I mean, if you call for a crash a year and a half before it happens, that gives you a whole year and a half to prepare. I think my timing's perfect. I'm sitting fine. So I don't, kind of doesn't make sense to call out the crash right as it's happening because then you don't got any time to do anything. But yeah, my timing was off, I guess. It's not. We're not even going to debate this. We're not even going to. This is not a debate. This is not a question. It's not a. This is not. You just no. Just no. We're not even going down this rabbit hole with you two today. But let's see, it's still got to break that 550 and it's just creeping so slowly. Apron cracked, so I am out of that. About $30 in losses today on these two trades, but still holding SPXS. As long as the SPY's cracking, SPXS should be going up. Yeah, it's probably going to test this 425 again today. Yeah, I did see yeah. Hey, that's what I said. Everybody can go back and watch the videos. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Uh, yeah, I keep seeing the things about Russia. Yeah, possible failure of diplomatic track with Russia. And then Putin's discussing a strategic partnership with the Cuban president. So just more things happening. More things to scare investors. What's happening at 11:30? About the is that when is there a White House press conference or something to talk about Russia? Oh my goodness. Nah, there's no kicking the can down the road at this point. There's no kicking the can down the road. The can has been kicked down the road long enough. And that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. If the Fed was going to do anything, they would have done it a long time ago. Them interest, we're in stagflation already. So next is hyperinflation. And them raising interest rates isn't going to do anything at this point. Just crash markets more. That's pretty much it. Yeah, see our GMBD checked it off that same area, 550. So yeah, while the market is pretty much going down like this, we're not going to see any breakouts or any big breakouts. Except maybe on, inverse CTFs if the market continues to drop. Those may break out. Boy, you two are really trying to you're just trying. You're just trying to get me to debate you guys. Trying to get me to argue with you guys over nothing. Like I said, the debate's been over. You can throw all the shade you want. Doesn't matter. Does not matter to me. Yeah, Lauren, you're probably right. Being in all those defense stocks, we definitely could see some defense stocks popping up. I don't think we'll be going to war with anybody though. For one, nobody's scared of us anymore. So they're just calling our bluffs and stuff. America has been economically weakened for the past, I don't know, 50 years, 60 years, something like that. They know it. Now that chart pattern doesn't even look good at all on that. Let me go on a 15 minute. Yeah, there comes a SPY looking like it wants to test that 425 soon. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Lauren. Let's think about that for a second. If we was to go to war right now, it would be an absolute disaster. We do got, some military things, but we don't have any money. We owe the rest of the world tons of money. The central banks and China and whoever else. And then also, if we was to go to war, most of our manufacturing is in China. And since China's not really our friend and they're more probably aligned with Russia, um, they probably would stop manufacturing. All I know is right now, at the point we're at, we better hope to God we don't go to war with anybody or whatever. Hope to whatever holy person you believe in. Well, maybe I don't know. There's tons of ammo companies, but we can't eat ammo. You know, that's what I'm getting at. The manufacturing of are just our regular consumer goods, like everything from toilet paper to everything that's a consumer good. Yeah, exactly, Lauren. It would be a digital war anyway. But let's find out. Let's find out, Lightning Rick. It's a good question. Let's Google biggest ammo manufacturer in the world. Oh, that's the in the U.S. industry. I want to know in the world. Federal Premium Ammunition. So what is Federal Premium Ammunition? Sounds like a government. So it's FSS. Oh. So Visa owns Federal Ammunition. Who owns Visa? This is the research you gotta do. You gotta go down the rabbit hole. Top shareholders are Visa. Oh, I see a name that's real familiar from the World Econ Forum. BlackRock. Coincidence. One of the top shareholders. We don't know who this Rajad, or not Rajad, but Rajah Tunisia. Let's see. Well, this guy served as the head of information systems at the White House. He happens to own quite a bit of shares of Visa, so that's an interesting little find there we found out. Alfred Kelly. Hmm. Vanguard, BlackRock, T. Rowe. So this guy owns the most. I want to find out about more about this fella. Let's see, we got a little. There's not a lot on this guy. Look at that. All the markets around the world are dumping right now. Except for the Japan market's up a little bit. Well, I don't know. We know that the biggest ammo manufacturer is owned by Visa, so that's something. SPY down to 426. Just continuing to creep down. Chicago Fed national activity for December minus 0.15 versus 0.37 prior. Yeah, everything is given up except for possibly GMVD and possibly, I don't know, EXTN looks pretty bad. CSPR has a head and shoulders right now. Could try to break out, but a flat top right across there at 675. And if it doesn't break up over 675, then this would be another shoulder, and we could see a leg down. Let's see. Vista. I thought it said Visa. Did I misread that completely? Oh, Vista Outdoor. Oh, I just went down the wrong rabbit hole. Well, that's good. That's good that that's an American company. That doesn't sound right though. It sounds like, let's see. Manufacturer. Huh. $25. Okay, so we actually are getting it. Here we go. So let's see. Germany's got come on. Business Insider, pull it together here. What are you doing? The day after. Largest supplier of small caliber. GE. I just want to see who's the top. Textron. That's US. France. US. UK. Rolls Royce out here making weapons. Oh, they make aircraft engines. Alright, never mind this. This is... There's more Russia. Another Russia. Italy, France. Trans-European. General Dynamics we know is US. UK. Raytheon is US. Raytheon's pretty sketchy. Boeing. Which Boeing, I think we had to bail out last year, so I don't really like Boeing. And then that one's showing Lockheed Martin Corp. So there's none of this really showing exactly. This is like this is a loophole of rabbit holes. Google's saying it was Boy, everything is locking up right now. What is going on? I think your swim's locking up. Let's go, buddy. What are you doing? What now? Now where did the top of my chart go on the SPY? What is happening here? There we go. But yeah, that's interesting. You know, Russia's up there with a lot of manufacturing for weapons. But when I was talking about China owning our manufacturing, I wasn't talking about the weapons. I said consumer stuff. You know, stuff we need to live. But it's real strange that China is nowhere on that list. And that just, I think they're probably not reporting what all they got going on, would be my guess. So SPXS still doing its thing as the SPY is still going down. Well, there's not much going to go on that I see today, especially with the Feds coming out tomorrow, I guess, and Wednesday. We'll see what they have to say. Not that it's going to matter. So far, they've been wrong on everything they've said, which there's an argument there that they can't be that stupid, so there's something to all this, but I don't think we're stopping here. Now we got this whole Russia thing and all of that going on. I don't think we're going to see a very quick rebound in the market. Check these indexes one more time, and then I believe I'm just going to call it a day, unless there's any topics that you guys want me to cover. Something, if you have any questions, you new traders or somewhat experienced traders, we can cover that. But if not, that is going to be it for me. Till later on for the crypto update. Bitcoin bouncing back up to 34,000. That was a pretty quick bounce off at 32,000 area. Ethereum still dropping. Oil had a pull back after its big run. Y'all keep talking about a firm. Let's see a firm. Is it FARM or F? FARM. This thing has sold off pretty hard from 176 down to 50 in the last 2 weeks. But I mean, you got, you could be looking for that entry there, but then if the SPY doesn't hold up here, we have all this room to drop. So that's the thing. I mean, it depends on if you think we're done with this sell off or if you think that we are still going down. Like, if this is the bottom, maybe a firm is getting towards a price that you like. But if this is not the bottom, the next bottom is so far down that it's not going to matter. Oh, GNVD still hanging in there. Not really doing much yet, but SBEV had a little pop up, but nothing else. Yeah, on this weekly chart, you see the SPY is getting rejected off that 50-day moving average. Having a hard time trying to hold up. Oof. Let's see. Well, right now, like I've been saying, if the market is going to keep crashing, then it's going to be hard to find day trades that are to the long side unless you're looking at inverse ETFs. And you can day trade inverse ETFs. SPY drops, like here on SPXS. SPY took a little dip in the morning. SPXS ran $1 in about 45 minutes. And SPY had another little pullback, and it's already ran 50 cents. Of course, I'm swinging it because I'm bearish on the market. I'm still thinking about adding some. But there's always money to be made in any market. I was just throwing a few shots out because it was Monday. I wanted to see if the market was going to rebound, but the two shots I took, they both just, gave up. They just cracked on me. $401k. Whoa. 401ks. Sketchy. Sketchy to have a 401k right now. Because they'll do exactly what they did in 2008. They'll throw all the junk into everyone's 401ks. Of course, One Life, I think you have your own IRA that you handle your own, so you're probably fine. That's don't ever take a trade just because. That's a bad idea. Why would you take a trade just because? Yeah, we'll see if you have that retirement account in 10 years. It's actually interesting. It's an interesting concept. Here's the way I look at this. This is what I'll leave off on, and you guys can. This is an actual opinion. This is not me making a statement, so feel free to argue this opinion. Um, the idea of a retirement account, if you start putting money in there at the age of 20, then by the time you're 70, if nothing has changed and the stock market continues to go up, then you do have some money sitting there. But when you've had inflation continuing to rise over the past 40, 50 years, whatever, those 5% gains or 10% gains in a 401k aren't really getting you that far ahead. You're really not going to make that much money. And you can do it, like, if you want to buy long term for a retirement account, wouldn't it make more sense to get dividend stocks and things like that? Things that are going to cash flow. But my whole argument against putting money back now for when I'm 60 is 30 years is quite a ways away, and I would rather have my money cash flowing now for me than have it stuck in an account that I can't pull it out of until I'm 55 or 60. So, I mean, I don't know. To me, it just doesn't make sense with all the different things that can happen with the stock market and the fiat currency. And of course, if you're like me and you're bearish on the whole U.S. empire, you think the whole empire is about to collapse and fall fall here soon, then you're putting all your trust of your future 30 years from now in a possible asset investment that may not even be there. Yeah, but that's not, I mean, sure, you can make periodic withdrawals depending on the situation, but if it's my money, I don't want nobody else telling me that I can only withdraw on certain stipulations. It's my money. That shouldn't even be a thing. You know, and the Fed, I mean, again, employees matching contributions, you're taking out that money and holding it for 30, 40 years. Like, imagine having a 401k in Venezuela, and then Venezuela goes upside down. Your 401k, all that money that you let out of your site is gone. And what I was talking about junk was, I'm not talking about junk like you pick junk and put in your 401k. I'm saying everybody's 401ks across the United States are ran by, more than likely, what was the name of that company? We just saw them earlier. Oh, God. Oh, I can't remember the name. We just looked at it earlier. Vanguard. Vanguard is a giant hedge fund trading company, basically, that most people's 401ks are in. So Vanguard, like I said, the same way they did in the 2008 housing market crash, they put everybody's mortgages, all the extra junk mortgages, in the junk bonds and Class C bonds and whatever and all that, and stuck that in everybody's 401k. That's what caused partly the housing market to crash, besides all the other mistakes they made. But Vanguard will do that again. Vanguard will flip the script, and everybody who has a 401k is going to get hit. No, I don't trust Vanguard. I'm not scared of it. Well, being trusting and being scared is two different things. Just because I don't trust somebody doesn't mean I'm scared of them. I don't care about Vanguard, but I ain't putting my money in Vanguard. But no, absolutely, I don't trust Vanguard. And for an argument on taxes that it saves you taxes, well, if your taxes was low in the first place, you wouldn't have to save taxes. If it wasn't capital gains tax, which is an overtax, an unnecessary tax, then there would be no need for tax saving accounts. Like, what's the point of a tax? Like, a tax saving account comes from the fact that there's taxes that are heavy in the first place on traders. All right, that is SEC regulation that has done that, but that is backwards, right? Why would you? It's just stupid. It's like we pay taxes and then get little benefits, supposedly, like like IRAs that are tax free or whatever. But if those taxes, like I said, if capital gains didn't exist in the first place, you wouldn't even have those tax free accounts. Juan, returns of the day. Um, I'm up. It looks like about $30 on the SPXS as it's still climbing, but I'm down $30 on two trades, so I'm kind of break even at the moment. But the SPY's giving up that 525. I didn't say anything about Vanguard and BlackRock's performance. Like, they can have a good performance. That doesn't mean that they won't drop yours. Like I said, it's just my opinion. If you like 401ks, you like somebody else handling your money. Uh, you like somebody having control over your money, deciding when you can and cannot pull money. Then that's up to you. That's your opinion, but I'm not going to get into a debate whether or not the housing market crash was caused because of junk bonds being put into 401ks. Like, that's not even a debate. Everybody knows what happened now in 2008. I wish y'all would tell me what was not true. You guys said a bunch of stuff I said was not true at all, and then you just said that BlackRock performed well. That really doesn't tell me anything. What about VU? You want me to look at the Vanguard ETF? What about it? It's crashing too. That's my point. That is the whole point that you guys seem to have missed. Like, if the stock market bottoms out, there's not going to be anything in your retirement accounts, in your 401k. It's not anything in there anyway, right now. If you've got a government 401k, you might as well forget about it. The government's broke as hell. Yeah, Vanguard, you know, this performance on Vanguard, I don't even know why you're even trying to, what point y'all are trying to make, but this is as clear as day. There's the COVID dip. Well, actually, we can go back. Was that the COVID dip? Why is that only going back? Why is that not going back any further? 3 year? This is ETF only been around for 3 years? So that's not really going to show me anything. There we go. So, I guess I got back to 2010. That's as far as I can get back. But 2010, what happened before 2010? 2008 market crash. The feds have been doing QE since 2008. So all of Vanguard's performance since 2008 is all inflated performance, the same as the SPY. The same as the Dow Jones. Vanguard is not anything special, obviously, as it is dropping. Yeah. It's all inflated bubbles. Like, yeah, the VU has performed well since 2008, but so has everything that the feds have printed money and put into. That's the whole purpose of Keynesian economics. Let's see, SPX is still pushing up. Very nice. Like I said, as long as the SPY, which it's already cracked 425, so we're going down to 420 probably pretty soon. But as the SPY goes down, the inverse ETF goes up. Eight times more money in 20 years. You're not calculating the inflation. Like, if you got lucky, there's a lot of factors you guys are not considering whatsoever. So, the first thing you got to consider is the timing of the person pulling out of their 401k. You know, if somebody retires right now with their 401k, they're probably doing all right. You know, if they've been in it for a while. But that would be the boomer generation, which is also the entire generation that's in control of our government and stock market. Right? they're in control of this thing. Or at least they have control over most of it. You know, it's all manipulated. So, of course, the generation that is cashing out right now, they're going to be good to go. And these politicians are already good to go. This is the Titanic. They're jumping ship. We already know they inside trade. Hell, Nancy Pelosi admitted it and was proud of her insider trading. So you tire now, that's good. Now 20 more years. 20 more years is past the lifeline for a fiat currency, everything like I've been talking about. 401k may not even exist. So yeah, if you got out of the 401, if you retired anytime between 2008 and now, you've done very well with your retirement, and you can thank the Federal Reserve for that. But to think that Vanguard or anything else that's been going up while the Feds have been doing quantitative easing is not because it's a good investment. They've been going up because the Feds have been buying them. Now, also, inflation ate. What kind of question are you talking? What? Some of these questions don't even make sense. Like, what do you mean? Let me answer two highest questions. Crypto mining company versus crypto exchange companies. That's going to be hard because there's a lot of competition in the crypto exchanges. And Coinbase is really leading the front run on that better than any other exchange at the moment. Um, so I don't know. Exchanges would be tricky. I wouldn't say mining companies so much because how many coins are going to need to be mined continuously? Like Bitcoin's mine supply is getting, halved all the time and all of that stuff. So I think I think more of like node validators like BTCS or blockchains themselves, like Solana, Avalanche, blockchains that can be built on top of and value be added to them. What kind of argument are you guys trying to have? How did you get if you had a retirement account for 30 plus years it will end up negative? I said if the stock market bottoms out, then your 401k would be worthless. The longer you're in a 401k with your age affects your allocation to safer assets. What do you mean? On a 401k on your employer sheet, you get to choose what type of assets you want to invest in. Like you can go a risky profile or you can go a very, like age has nothing to do with that. I don't even know what you're talking about there. Inflation applies to ETF but not to the gold or silver. Do you not understand gold and silver are inflation hedges, Daniel B? Of course you don't. You think Bitcoin and gold are both have no value, so I don't even know why I'm even addressing that question. Yeah, that's what I thought. You guys really didn't have any much value there. Just the same old rhetoric of Every person who drank the Kool-Aid growing up and couldn't break out of the Kool-Aid work 40 hours a week for a company and give them all your money in taxes and health insurance and 401k. Don't invest your own money. Make sure that you put money back for your retirement account in 30 years in case you do happen to survive. You don't die of a million other things that could happen on the way there. Listen, it's just my opinion on 401ks that they're trash. You can take it for what it is. You know, I don't really understand how day traders who's had years of experience, One Life and Daniel B, are even arguing in in how y'all could be arguing for a 401k, but that's, doesn't make a lot of sense. I can literally trade my money every day and make what I want to make, but instead I'm a skilled day trader who makes all this money, but I'm going to put my money in a 401k. Makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Yeah, like I said, I'm not debating this. I gave my opinion. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. Alright, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Just pretty much going to be watching the SPY fall. It looks like my hold SPXS as long as the SPY is dumping. May end up adding to it later if it does. SPY's little rebound. It comes back down to the downtrend. I don't know yet. But we shall see. Yeah, so the reason why I trade with a small amount, the reason why I trade with a $2,000 account and not a $10,000 account is because most new traders are not starting out with 10K, nor would I really want them to, or 25K. Most traders are only starting out with $1,000 or $2,000. It makes no sense for me to trade with a 25K account or anything like that to teach people how to trade $1,000 when I'm trading 25 grand, where all I have to do is hop into a position for 5 seconds for a 10-minute rip and I can make a grand. That's not going to teach people who are trying to grow their accounts by me doing that. So what would be the point of it? I mean, you because I don't take $10,000 trades, that somehow makes means anything? Like, percentage gains is what matters. And like I said, if you're taking all that. What's up, Robert Baca? And then how do we even get from me talking about 401ks to you two trying to compare my gains to your gains in the stock market or anything? It does not mean anything. I'm not here to compete against anybody. I'm on this live stream to try to teach. I'm trying to educate. Right?
Like, my performance is irrelevant. Like, I don't want people making my trades. I don't want people taking the trades that I take. I want people making their own decisions. Orlando got it. That's why he's his own trader now, making plenty of money. Daniel B., I invest in real estate. You're talking about $10,000 on a stock. Why would I put $10,000 of capital in something when I could put it in other things that cash flow? Day trading is not, like, that's not my full-time career. I love day trading. I love trading stocks. I love trading cryptos. I'll always do it. But that's one stream of income. Why would you only focus on one stream of income? That makes no sense. I have multiple streams of income, multiple ways I do things, and just because you two don't understand it does not mean. I mean, it's a sad. Let me ask you this question: Why do you want to? Why do both of you want to discredit me so bad? For what reason? You're trying to discredit somebody who literally walked a cat on a leash. You're trying to discredit somebody who dresses up as Alabama trader and goes yee and talks crazy. Like you're trying to discredit somebody who will discredit themselves in a heartbeat. Because I don't care about. I'm just cleaning up my desk a little bit, guys. That's how bored I am. But I don't care about what I do. Because like I said, I have multiple streams of income. Like, day trading's not my only one. You want to see my percentage gains? I'll show you. I showed you guys the other day up to August. I got to do my Thinkorswim still for the end of the year for taxes, and then I'll actually know where I stand at the end of the year. But again, you're just trying to discredit me. It doesn't matter. You can try. I mean, do what you feel. You want to run around the internet telling everybody that I don't know what I'm talking about? Have at it. That is your prerogative. Because why would I want a retirement account? I'm bearish on the stock market. I don't believe the stock market is going to be the same in the US for very long. I'm a crypto advocate. Blockchain eventually will be what the stock market runs on. So until the stock market changes, well, I mean, yeah, Robert Baca, I'm on YouTube. I get YouTube ad revenue. That's what I say. Like, I make multiple different streams of income. I get ad revenue from YouTube. I've got some partnerships, sponsors. We got, referral links to certain things. I don't hardly push them, but we do got them. Um, I have staking. I stake multiple cryptos that cash flow that make give me little interest payments. Right now, cryptos are down, but the ones I'm staking, I don't really care because they weren't that expensive when I bought them in the first place. So with all the interest I'm getting on that staking, being down at the moment doesn't really matter. Of course, actually, I don't even think I'm down because Atom, I was buying around $10. Yeah, Atom's still at $33. And that's my main staking ecosystem. I also, let's see, day trader. Check USD. What are you trading? Forex? I mean, I'm not going to tell you whether to buy or sell something, day trader guy, but you want to see my retirement account. This is what I put my money in for retirement. Gold and silver. Old money. These are just the sacks I have laying around my desk. There's a whole 5-ounce thick bar of silver right there. I have little piles of gold and silver all over the place. Old Liberty dollars. They're all smooth because I don't really care about them being Liberty dollars. I bought them as junk silver. I think they're 96% silver if I remember correctly. What we got in this bag? Those are a little bit better. Little Liberty half dollars. The half dollars I think are 50% silver. But I don't have to worry about whether or not some guy trading my 401k is hoodooing me or not or anything. I don't have to worry about the internet collapsing. I don't have to worry about anything because part of the money that I hold around, like that noise right there, silver. That noise and the same noise that gold makes. It's mesmerizing. That money has truly went up way longer than the Vanguard ETF, way longer than the SPY, way longer than America. Gold and silver have been around since a man could found a shiny rock and said, "Hey, this thing is valuable." Tuvula Gods of Olympus Hera 99 silver antique coin just released. I'm not a big fan of. Oh, shut up, Daniel B. You won't go into the ghetto in Chicago. Don't act like you're going like talking about come to the. You don't live in no ghetto in Chicago. You're a rich white guy from Ukraine. Don't try to talk crazy. I've been in way more hoods than you ever could imagine, you crazy person. Exactly, Orlando. Exactly. Thank you. I'm glad you called him out because I don't live in the ghetto anymore, but I've lived in many. Then would be talking crazy like he knows anything about that life. You're not about that life, Daniel B. Don't even use that as a Daniel B is a thug. He's a big thug in that redneck turtle or that red turtleneck sweater he was wearing. Anyway, let's see. So, oh yeah, back to the day trader question. So whether I mean I'm not a forex trader, so I don't know exactly why you're asking me about it. But if you're in the U.S. dollar right now, the U.S. dollar is strengthening. There's my indexes and funds. There we go. But the only reason the dollar is strengthening is because all the money is coming out of the stock market and cryptos right now. So it's going back into U.S. dollars. So I don't even have a USD Canadian chart on here. So I mean I don't know what you're doing. I mean it's hard to get asked a question about forex without knowing what I'm assuming you're day trading it. Yeah, so I mean, it's just that's all it is. It's just the U.S. dollar strengthening against the Canadian dollar because of all the money coming out, going back into the U.S. dollar. And see, the U.S. dollar is outperforming everything right now, but it's not bullish movement. It's just simply because people are going to cash, so they can buy up cheap stocks. And the way it's looking here soon, cheap real estate market really looking rough. So I don't know, man. I don't know what your trading plan was to if you got in and you made some profit, it's always a good idea to lock out some profit. See Robert Baca, AABB. Oh yeah, this thing. What is this? OTC stock? It's got to be OTC. Yeah, is that thing? I don't remember. I don't even remember talking about this stock. I get asked about so many stocks, but I see I drew a downtrend and it has not really done much since. Did have like a few little pops here recently, but with the overall, I mean, here's the thing: like you go long on in the stock market right now, and the whole stock market is crashing at the moment. Then it's not really going to matter about your technical analysis on that stock. Like we are beyond technical analysis and beyond fundamentals at this point. Right now, we are at panic or starting to panic. No, I don't short stocks. I just don't like shorting. I mean, the same can be said about the U.S. right now. No problem, Joe Mack. I try my best. Look at the SPY dumping even more here. That's what I said, guys. If it drops 425, we going down. We gonna keep going down. This is a giant inflated bubble that spans back to 2008, where the inflation started. There you go, Orlando. But while that's going down, SPXS continues to push up to $23 so far. So that little swing from Friday, still climbing up. Well, I guess technically I'm not shorting directly, but SPXS is an inverse ETF, so they are shorting the SPY. I'm just I'm long on the ETF that is shorting the SPY. So I'm not I'm not directly shorting, but yeah, I guess I technically have bought into a short ETF. There's no bear trap. We're beyond bear trap. Let me pull up. Look at this, guys. Look at this. How many times, the guys, for the new people who's wondering what the hell's going on, I'm doing this for you, but this is where we're cracking from, guys. We're not barely up in the stock market or anything. We are way up here. Way up here. There was that 2008 housing market crash right there. And it has been straight up because of the quantitative easing from the Federal Reserve. Like on this weekly chart, there is no support on the Dow Jones Industrial Average all the way down to below 30,000. We have cracked that. We've cracked most support areas at this point that could have held up. We've been going straight down. This is more than likely the beginning of the crash, beginning of the air coming out of the bubble. That was the area right here that the Dow Jones needed to hold. That's why we've been watching it so close. As I said, it keeps spreading out this channel. Then the bigger the ups and these downs was going to be until it either broke up out of the top of the channel or it cracked down to the bottom. But like where we're at right now on this weekly chart overall of the Dow Jones, where is their support at? Now that we've cracked these areas, there's no support. Same thing on the SPY. There's no support. That little area right there, 425 was what I was saying was the last little area of support. There's like maybe just this little shelf right here at 423, but it's already cracking through that. It's down to 421. So there's no more support until all the way down here. The 200 days at 350. That might be a support line. So I mean, we are pulling back more than just a correction. If it was a correction, we would have bounced off that 200. You can see it on the daily too. The 200-day moving average. That was that area that needed to hold up, and it didn't. It cracked. So that's what I'm saying. Every time frame is showing that we're going lower. The only thing that held the market up from 2008 until now was the fact that the feds were pumping money into it. I mean, that's as simple as it is. And as I've been saying, who is going to come in behind the feds and buy up overvalued prices that the feds themselves pushed up? It's like playing Monopoly as an investor, and you're like, oh, the feds own Boardwalk and Park Place, but Boardwalk and Park Place is now worth $5,000 instead of the 300 or 400 or whatever on Monopoly. Who is going to buy a Park Place and Boardwalk from anybody, from the feds, at astronomical prices that are not even on the Monopoly board? Nobody. Nobody in their right mind is going to buy up here. Especially when the feds are telling us that they're not going to be putting money in the market anymore. That is literally what we're waiting on. So, can the market possibly rebound where it's at? Is it likely? Not really. If the feds don't put any more money in here, then money's got to come in and buy these major stocks up at these prices. And I just don't see anybody going to do that. I don't see any smart investors with big money or institutions going to come in and buy up after the feds have pushed to such high valuations. You have to be crazy. You have to be absolutely crazy. No, of course not zero. I don't think it's going to go to zero. But like I said, there's not any other support. Like the closest support is the 200-day moving average at this point. Like the only way we can rebound is if we see the SPY price or the Dow Jones price or whatever get pushed back up over the 50-day today. But not looking good. So that's what I'm saying. The only support I see looking at these charts from here are way back down here. I mean, 350 on the SPY. Like maybe that shelf, like I said, at 400, but I doubt it. 350 is that would be my idea of the next support. Now, like I said, there is a possibility today we rebound at some point, somewhat, but it does not look like it. Like from this point at 11:30 Central, there's nothing about this that is showing me a rebound. So I think we got a ways to go. I don't think. I'll be surprised to see the market come back up if it was just a rebound. If we're done here, if we just come right back up, like the only reason that would happen is if the Feds start printing money again, which I think it's too late at this point for them to do anything. See, GMVD never broke out, EXTN never broke out, so that's the thing. It's going to be really hard to find any trades that are going to be bullish when you're in a downtrending market like this. The trend is against us pretty badly at the moment for longs. So when the trend is against you and you were downtrending like this, support levels are going to crack easier and resistance levels are going to hold stronger. They're going to be a lot harder to break. But let's see. Why would institutional buyers have to make money? And they can make money short in the market. The institutions are the main reason this is not like this type of sell off is not like retail traders that are dumping shares. I mean, that's part of it, but that's the big money is coming out of the market. The institutions don't want any part of this. So what the institutions are just going to flip sides instead of being long and bullish like they have since the Fed started doing all the QE. The institutions are going to flip to the short side, right? Because they can make money in a down market if they're on the short side, or if they go into inverse ETFs like I'm in right now on SPSX. The institutions don't need the market to go long. They can make money either way. And that's actually why shorting was created in the stock market, is to put out the companies that are not ran good, put them out of business, right? If a company is trash, then of course shorters are going to short it till it's nothing. And it's supposed to be part of, I guess, their idea of supply and demand in the markets, but shorting is not really, it's not a normal thing for supply and demand, because it's like you're doing, I don't know. I just don't like shorting. You say 380? That's a possibility. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where the SPY is going to stop at. That's the thing. Now that these support lines have cracked, I'm only going off the technical analysis that we're way, 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 way high up, and we've barely even dropped, really. This is a small correction compared to what could be coming. But I'm going to call it a day, guys. I got to get going. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. If you haven't yet, go check out frameworkfortune.com. It's free. No paywalls. Just sign up with your email, and you can also get access to the Discord group for free. We'll be back for some more day trading in the stock market tomorrow. Probably just more sitting and talking as the SPXS, these inverse ETFs push up, unless we see some type of change in market sentiment, but it's not happened yet. And then Framework Fortune Coin, the token for the Framework Fortune project. More information, including white papers, coming soon, but it has been officially minted. So be on the lookout for Fortune Token and more information towards the end of this week. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.